Miss Hart, tell me what to do now. Since everyone says follow your heart, what's your take on this? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just a simple machine to pump the blood in the body. What are you talking about? Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. Myself, Toastmaster Seerat, and today I will be giving my first speech to the club. Well, we all know that one quiet nerd student in the class who always sits on the first bench every day. Well, in Bal Bharati Public School, Ludhiana, that student was me. Having 100% attendance till class 11, I was the one person who used to go school every day. Like, the person who took her duties with so much loyalty, like, I even used to write my best friend's name on the blackboard when I was the class monitor because she was talking, and obviously she got upset with that. So, being that enthusiastic child, I took part in every small task, be it a debate competition or a dance face-off. I was the first one to register there. There is one time I can never forget. So the school was recruiting for a band, the school bagpipe band, and I went there with my 6-7 friends that we will go and do that thing because it was a new thing and I wanted to try it. Somehow, all my friends left me there alone in a room full of all the boys because the band thing was the boys thing somehow, and I was alone there. I wanted to step out of the room, but there was this inner voice in me that said, just try it once, just give it a chance. And I told the sir that, sir, I want to take part in this. Is there any role for me here in this band? He said, go for the band leader part. We don't have someone at this role, so just try and audition it. And I eventually got selected. At that point of school, everyone used to be like, Seerat, you should have a crush, you should have a boyfriend, There should be one person like behind you, always with you. And I told them, well, you have only one man behind you. I have 40. Because the band only had boys in it and I was the only girl leading them in the whole school for 2 years. So it was a flex in itself for me and I really enjoyed that. The school life, it felt like a smooth road. There were bumps in between, but the effect, it was never felt within myself. Had a fight with my best friend? Well, problem solved. Scored low marks? Problem solved. So, it was very smooth and fine, all good going. But as soon as I came in college, the first semester started, the first bump came and backup is here on the wall, but at that time there was nothing. And I got confused. Like the whole semester, I was wondering that why I was so happy at one time and so low at the other time. I was so confused with my emotions that the roller coaster of my emotions went like this, and it never stopped. That was different. I never felt like this. This is not the real Seerat who used to be in school for 18 years. This is a different version of me. I don't know that it actually exists. So then came the second semester, and at that time, the emotions had reached this point, and when they felt like this, there was no break. It felt like I have no control of my own life. I just became so low that I haven't seen that side of me. I was so vulnerable to myself. I became so self-critic that I started hating myself. Remember that conversation between brain and heart? Like, you must be wondering, who takes this thing so literally? Like, follow your heart doesn't mean that you have to follow this pumping machine of your body. That is the story of my brain. I actually used to take things so literally. If someone said, you don't look good in that outfit, I used to cut off all the dresses I have like that and never wear that again. If someone said, no, you're overreacting, I used to suppress my emotions and keep it in the back of my head like they never existed. Just bury them. They said, we are trustworthy, you should trust us, and I trusted them blindly. Like, I'm just overwatering the plants because I don't know when should I stop giving them that water. And at that moment, there was one point, the moment of realization that God, that in school time, there was a person behind me who pushed me upwards. Now it's not there. Well, that was my mother. She was with me 24/7 every time for that 18 years. Like, she could judge with that look on my face that something is wrong with her. But now, even I video called her daily. I was bad at expressing myself. I felt shy to talk about the things because I was taking everything literally. I couldn't see behind the sentences, and I thought everyone around me, what they are saying is actually the truth. And that change, I never knew that change also exists. I always have that one belief in my mind that whatever happens in the day, at the end of the day, I'll go to my home, I'll sit in my room and sleep, and everything will be fine the next day. That was not same with the hostel room. There was mess. I didn't have that courage to just clean up that mess. I only just kept the things aside and made a bed for myself and slept. So that feeling was different. That thing was different, that change was different. And at that moment, I realized that people, relations, situations, nothing is constant. The fact that none of these remain permanent is itself permanent in itself. The acumen that a normal person should have while they are in college, I didn't have that. I felt like I have no identity of myself. That is when the spectator of my life sitting in my brain, she just had that courage to come up and say me, remember your vision. The first day you came to college with that bright shining eyes that you are here today to build your dream house. This is your step. And I actually want a big garden in my house. So yes, you have to work for that. So this self-talk with myself, which usually was a self-critique talk, it actually became a self-therapy talk. And it was good. It helped me overcome that feeling of vulnerability in myself, and I stepped forward. I rose up and tried to be better of myself. It's not like I'm weak right now, though I still have panic attacks. I still feel overwhelmed sometimes, but I'm trying to work on myself. I don't want you to see me as a loser. I am a fighter, and I will work on myself, and I am doing that. And accepting that change is the only constant that exists. So, well, a very big thank you to Toastmasters Club. Like, in this new journey where I have to face this new phase of my life and rediscover my identity, I needed a stage to address my past, to accept those changes, and actually talk about it to people. Because talking is really necessary. Like, you should talk about your emotions to at least one person in your life. You can't keep everything to yourself. The bag is too heavy. Thank you so much for being so